I'm fixing it. I'm filming it. A while back I did a video on how to put an emergency circuit into your house in case of a power outage. And one of my awesome subscribers asked me, well, how do I put in a plug? That way you can unplug it from your main house circuit and then plug it into the emergency circuit. Well, I'm going to show you. I will put a link in the description to the previous video on how to installing the emergency backup circuit into your house. Or have you ever done this? Outside cutting the lawn and you run over a cord. Well, I'm going to show you how to add a plug. So either this will apply to anything that's 15 amp. So all you need is a few tools. Obviously your plugs, some number 2, number 3 Robertson, knife, cutter, obviously your tester, that's always good to have, some wire cutters. But yeah, let's get started. Before we work on this, just pretend this was a full line, no plug-in. We have to do two things. Turning off that switch, well, yeah, that will turn off power to your line, but I never do that. I will turn that switch off and then go to your fuse panel and find the fuse and turn it off. That way that switch cannot be bumped on accidentally. So always go and find the fuse panel and turn that fuse off. And of course, before you cut any line, you want to confirm that you do have the right breaker. So yeah, turn this on and see if you got any blinking. Most furnaces will have a indicator, some type of a blinking to let you know power is going to it. And if there's power still going, well then you shut the wrong breaker off. Go back to your fuse panel. Make sure you get the right fuse panel before you work on any power. Never ever rely just on that switch. Go directly to the fuse panel and turn it off. So while I do have two different colors of cord, it's basically the same, right? Let's say this is the same color and you cut it. So never ever just splice it together and tape it up. That is not safe at all. Not recommended. Get some plugs. Okay, this is called the male plug and that's called the female, 15 amp. So why don't we hook up this end first? Okay, so that means we're going to be hooking up the male end. Male end here. Let's loosen these off. And see, again, it looks like any other normal plug. There's your green for ground, your silver for your white and neutral, and then there's that bronze for your hot, black for your black wire. Remember, B and B, bronze and black, you'll never go wrong. Before you can install that on it, get the base plug. Let's loosen this off a little bit. Push it in. There we go. Get that down so you don't forget after you get that all wired up. Okay, so remember, never cut like that. Always cut like this. Score it basically. So score it about maybe, we'll say an inch. Okay. Now take your side cutters and get rid of that excess. Make sure you don't cut the wire and your finger. Okay. That's about all you need, is about an inch. Look at that. Green for the green. White for the silver. Black to the bronze. B and B. Okay, let's get this stripped off here. Oh, maybe go No more than 3/8 of an inch. Quarter inch to 3/8. You don't need much. And again, since this is stranded wire, not solid, stranded is many wires, twist them, get it nice and tight. Okay, so I always start with the ground. Force of habit, but just ground. So, want to make sure you get it poked in here. And let's tighten that up. Okay, let's get the white onto the silver. And if it helps, get that bronze in there to the hot. Okay, let's get this tightened up. There you go, that's what it should look like, nothing exposed. Okay, let's get this cap on here. And it's always keyed in a certain way. There you go. There, oh yes. Don't forget, tighten this up. There you go. Your new cord is fixed. So that was installing the male in. Why don't we test it? Good existing cord. Let's double check everything. There you go. Everything looks pretty good. Everything looks good. There's no red. Let's plug this in. And then let's double check this plug. Looks good. Okay, so let's install the female end onto this plug, onto the other end of the line that you cut off, or the other end of the line that you're putting on your emergency circuit. And same thing, green, silver, bronze. Again, let's loosen this off and get it on the cord right away before we put this on. Okay, let's score this about 1 inch. Well, there's our 3 wires, our green, white, and black as normal. Okay, let's take off no more than 3/8. Stranded wire, so let's twist it nice and tight. Let's get it onto our plug. Let's get the white in there, the neutral, and the hot onto the bronze screw, black with black. There you go, that's what it should look like. Green, and then the black with bronze, and then the neutral on the silver screw. Okay, let's get this cover on. And again, these things are kind of keyed a little bit. There we go. Tighten this onto the cord. This is done. We can plug it into my extension cord that I got here. Again, you know, always test. Yeah, looks good the way it should be. Plug in this one. There we go. You've fixed your cord. You've installed the female end on this one. And you've installed the male on this one. So obviously you want this to be your furnace. Your furnace wants to be on the male side. So you can unplug this from your existing house circuit and plug it into here. So that is how you install a plug. Very easy.